Welcome to the Streets Won't Forget podcast. We're back in the studio after a long absence out. I'm Dodzi. Today I'm joined again by the awesome foursome, starting with Ralph. We've got Louie, we've got Keelan, and today we're doing a special episode. Now, footballers we know as role models, but sometimes, in fact most of the time, they get up to a lot that we wouldn't advise you get up to watching at home. Today is most controversial players of all time. We're going to draft them. We're going to make 11s, all of us individually. And whoever comes up with the best 11, you're going to decide that. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Rules for this draft, I'll just start. We'll go that way.
Cool.
We'll just go around. And, you can go any position, to be fair. So, we don't have to do keeper to striker. You can pick a centre-back. You can pick a left-back. Formation-wise, happy everyone do 4-3-3 or 4-4-2 or everyone do their own?
4-4-2. Still, I was thinking 4-4-2.
Okay,
right.
cool. We can do 4-4-2. I'm going to start off with a player who played years ago, right? I didn't know this about him. He's one of Brazil's greatest ever players. We wouldn't have seen him, but if you've got the tapes, you've seen him. But he had a number of affairs, right? He couldn't stay loyal. He couldn't stay loyal.
Couldn't keep it in his trousers.
He couldn't. He's rumoured to have 14 kids from all the affairs that he's had. And very tragically, right, he was confronted by the Brazil fans while he's having his affair, after the news came out. And in the midst of the mob, apparently it was his dad. He just ran over the mob. Apparently his dad was in it too. He killed his dad. Garrincha. That is who I'm going to choose.
Madman, bro.
That's who I'm going to choose at right wing.
Okay.
We're going to get off to that start.
Yeah.
What to say after that?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Do you know what? Yeah, I guess with Garrincha, like from what I hear, he was one of the best ever.
Yeah.
I guess when you're the best ever, you can do what you want, innit?
Yeah. I mean,
Even run over your
Too much at your disposal.
No, I'll be honest. I might have to lighten the mood a little bit. And,
Yeah, please do.
Again, just go down. I'm going to go with a very, very... he's always been in the media since I've been a child, especially in the UK media, for all the wrong reasons. Mr. Slip himself, John Terry, centre-back.
I had him at centre-back as well.
He had a lot of controversies, I think, in terms of, sleeping with certain people and, Wayne Bridge and a few racist remarks of a few players in the Premier League. He's been all over the place, and recently he sort of made me laugh a little bit. But then he made some NFTs, some monkey NFTs. I was a bit sus there, man. So he's always been in the media for the wrong reasons, and then of course, Mr. Slip himself. So I'm gonna go John Terry at centre back. Lighten it. I don't know.
You had to. I mean, I don't know if that lightens up the mood. To be fair, apparently him and was it Wayne Bridge? They were like best friends.
Yeah,
before. Yeah, he took his girl, man.
Snakes don't hiss, they call you bro, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a player who is very good friends with Mr. Terry. I always see them agreeing with each other on Twitter, which kind of sums them both up. He absolutely loves women's football. He loves putting cigarette butts out in his teammates, loves headbutting people, and he loves attacking women. Joey Barton.
Yeah.
Just generally such a nice man.
No, he's not.
Amazing footballer as well. Did so much of his career. And if you couldn't tell, I'm being sarcastic.
And he could score 1,000 out of 1,000 penalties against, is it Mariette?
Yeah.
Sure, bro.
He wasn't a bad player,
No, he weren't.
He was a decent little CM, but...
Good French accent as well.
Yeah.
That's controversial.
Yeah.
Everything
about him is controversial.
Yeah.
When he was playing, he was just always like every 2 weeks he had a fight and this, red card, he'd kick someone. Yeah.
Strangling people.
Strange. And then afterwards, I think he became a manager and got done for betting.
He went to prison whilst he was playing. At Bristol Rovers, he got banned because he attacked an opposing team's manager when he was a manager there. Just all round a piece of work, to be honest.
Of course, he's Scouse, and
he has to be.
For mine, I'm starting at left mid. It's not a guy who's got like tons of moments, but I think in terms of like one moment, it's one of the worst. He sort of put his brother off watching his own national team because of this incident. And of course, I'm on about Ryan Giggs, who had an affair with his brother Rodri's wife, in which I don't know what happened after, but he still, Rodri's wife cheated on him with his brother, her brother-in-law. Crazy stuff. I'm pretty sure they are not talking anymore, which falling out. Brothers falling out over that. It's crazy. And then obviously, he had the domestic abuse incident as well, in which he went to court over that. And just. Not sure, if you're a woman, I'm not sure if you want to go writing gigs.
There's also that situation that arose with him where his sexting messages got leaked. And he told a woman that she makes him as hard as a totem pole, which is really good riz. I'd suggest that you guys try that out, because you might get some arse if you do that.
Tips and tricks, bro.
tips and tricks with Giggsy.
He got let off though.
Yeah,
bust case.
Did, man. He's gigs, man. Like,
Did he bust case?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I don't know how many years he's gonna do, but he's not doing that now. Centre mid, I'm gonna go for another player who's very cherished in this country, especially in the town of Liverpool. But he went to a nightclub. Apparently, he couldn't get control of the music, so he ended up punching the guy up. Apparently, it was...
Fez.
Someone said he was like... The technique was like a speed of a professional boxer, apparently, rather than a footballer. Stephen Slippy Gerrard. That's in the mid.
Yeah.
a lot of slippers up here.
Yeah, a lot of slippers, man.
A lot of slippers, man.
Studs.
A lot of English players from the early 2000s as well.
Yeah.
British
The
players.
The thing with Gerrard, like, I feel even though he had that incident, I still feel like he's like one of the least controversial so far.
That you can pick,
Yeah,
true.
so he lightened it up a little.
I lightened up
Yeah.
the mood
Lightened up.
after
There's
that.
been some absolute rogues on here. So
Yeah.
he's trying to make too much money.
I had to do that. Yeah.
Right, so in centre mid partnership with Stevie G, a man who could have been one of the greatest players of all time if his brother didn't put a hex on him, Mr. Paul Pogba himself.
How can we do an episode without talking about Pogba?
Is Mr. Controversial, whether for the right or wrong reasons. I think sometimes a little bit harshly, but as a man who is always shrouded in so much controversy, whether it's, there's voodoo, like he's going on in
Digging a
his family.
hyena at the pitch at Old Trafford,
kidnappings and all these kind of mysterious things going on in his life. I don't know what's going on there, what like dolls he's got in his house, but there's something going on with Pogba, and it's just he's got steroids now in his blood. So he just every time you think he's going to do well, something else pops up with Pogba. It's just like fucking hell.
Do you want to know my theory about Pogba?
Oh, here we go.
Theory time,
My
man.
theory about Pogba is he sold his soul for the World Cup. Because ever since that World Cup win, everything's gone wrong for him.
Yeah.
Everything. I think he did a deal with the devil to win the World Cup. And he was unbelievable that World Cup. Since then, with him in the team, France didn't win anything. His time at United was horrible. The stuff came out about the blackmail with him and his brother. The stuff came out about him apparently burying a hyena on the pitch at Old Trafford. And then all the steroid stuff now as well. And not only that, even before the steroid stuff, he joined Juventus and he's been injured the whole time.
Yeah, injury.
Yeah.
So, listen, football conspiracy theory. Paul Pogba sold his soul for the World Cup.
Bury the hyena, Why?
Right, mate.
That is such an effort. I mean, you have to get into Old Trafford.
You have to get a hyena, bro.
You have to get a hyena.
No, you can't get that down Peckham Market.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he had to smuggle a hyena, get into Old Trafford, dig the halfway, put it back in.
Ground to the next morning just comes in like something's funny about this pitch, mate. I know.
Man.
That hump wasn't there before, was it? No, okay.
So that's why, I mean, it makes sense that he done a deal with the devil,
Yeah, what a shame. That's clearly just a player, wrong environment, wrong people around him. Because if he had the right people, you're looking at one of the greatest midfielders probably of this generation. Maybe even still he is. I don't know if you count him as that, but yeah, crazy. I mean, have any of you watched the documentary on Amazon?
Nah, I haven't.
It's very mid. Don't watch it. But, yeah, like didn't look like much bad was going on. He looked like a guy who had a loving family, wife, kids. But yeah, they weren't showing the hyenas being buried in Old Trafford, which.
Weren't there a couple cheating scandals as well at some point? I'd have to verify that, but I'm fairly certain.
I know he's actually quite, he's quite faithful and devoted to his religion.
Yeah.
But potentially
but he's French, so he's definitely
And he's Parisian.
we haven't even got onto French players because there's a lot to get onto.
French and Brazilian and English. French, Brazil, and England are just like always up to something bad.
Mind you, I have 2 of another country as well, but we'll get onto that in a minute. I've got someone playing just off the striker who's kind of French. He's actually Senegalese. Hadji Diouf. Again, like Barton, he was just an overall piece of work. I'm pretty sure he was told by Neil Warnock that he is lower than a street hooker or something like that. He got in fights. Didn't he have a scrap with Gerrard as well in training?
I think so, Gerrard loves scraps, man.
He spat on someone. Again, he was just an all-round piece of work. I remember when I was younger, my dad telling me, like, when he came on the pitch once, like, this guy is just a proper twat. I remember, like, for my dad to
One of early memories.
For my dad to say that about someone to me when I was younger was very, very rare. But I remember just him telling me about the story of him. I think it was when he scrapped Gerrard, and he was like, the guy's just an absolute tool bag. And then he went to Leeds and was doing the same stuff. Just an all-round piece of work once again.
And we're in that he spat on fans as well.
Yeah.
It's like, players and fans. Like,
leave the fans.
What's it fuck me for?
They're paying your wages, bro.
Decent mid player, to be fair.
Nice trim.
At a point,
I think he was good at a point.
Before he joined Liverpool.
Yeah, like 2002 World Cup.
And I've got him playing just off the striker. I've got a 4-4-2. Nice. As I said, I built my team to actually be able to win a game of football.
Wow. Definitely got the aggression in
it. This team might get about 20 red cards a year. So you see some of the other players as well.
For the purpose of this game, that's what we want.
A few bangers in there as well.
Yeah, a few bangers in there.
So for me, I'm going over to my other winger, who is not... He's probably perceived quite well compared to like a lot of the guys we've been naming, but nevertheless, he lived a very controversial life. And he was once asked whether if he had to choose between sleeping with Miss Worldwide or scoring a goal in a Champions League final, which would he pick? And he says it doesn't matter because he's done them both. And of course, that's George Best, who was a devoted alcoholic throughout his whole time as a football player. He said he only really stopped drinking when he went to sleep, obviously. Probably joking a bit, but the guy loved his drink. Ultimately, it led to him having a shorter career than he probably would have liked.
And a shorter life.
Definitely.
Shorter life, unfortunately, he's not with us today anymore, and he never got into coaching or anything like that. Not that he would ever have wanted to, knowing he is plenty of it. Far more interested in women. Done, all right at United, but unfortunately, his addictions got the best of him in the end.
Yeah, what a player. Still won the Ballon d'Or, still won Champions League.
Yeah.
Despite being an alcoholic.
That's what he wanted.
Do you know what, sometimes when people like that die young, you kind of think like, he had such a good life. Does it actually matter that much that he died young? Obviously it does, it's a huge loss, but you've done so much in your life, and he probably had more fun in his life than anyone will ever have. Yeah. So ultimately, if you would have asked him when he was 21, you'll die at 55 from alcohol, but you'll win a European Cup, you'll win a Ballon d'Or, and you'll just shag probably over 1,000 women. Would you take it? He probably would have taken it, to be honest.
But he's got a family as well. He's got kids. I'm sure he's got kids as well. And kids can't see his upbringing.
They've got football dad money. So
they're set for life, innit? And he's got an airport named after him as well, bro. Like, they're probably getting commission from that airport as well, just for the naming rights, bro. Like, they're set for life.
George Best played for Dunstable Town, man.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
That famous bar photo, him smoking a cigar in the bar.
The centre back now. Gonna keep this one short. One of the best centre backs in the world for me. The best centre back in the Premier League at the moment. But we'll never forget that video. I don't know what he was doing. I think it was 2020. I don't know what he was doing. He was in the changing room. I think he was with Kola Mwani, recording Kola Mwani, doing stuff to himself. Everyone's seen the video.
These French guys, man.
William Saliba,
these Parisians,
top player, man. But what was that video, man? Honestly, man. I hope he's not doing that right now with Saka.
Him and Odegaard, man.
Sure, Arteta smacked that out of him.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
They will be partying with P. Diddy and just
mate.
These guys are different
topic.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just gonna get out the way.
Okay.
Nigeria's favourite player,
okay.
Mr. Mason.
Beep. Redacted.
Redacted would. He, it's weird because the reason I think it's controversial more than anything, obviously what he's done is mad, but he still plays, isn't it? Like, he still plays, and it's crazy.
And he's back with his missus, bro.
He's back with his missus. They've got a kid. They're getting married. He still plays, still scoring goals week in, week out. He's still getting paid loads of money, and certain things were done. And I just think to myself, wow, like, shit, you can really do what you want. Like, like, I mean, yeah, okay, Man United are going to have to, like, drop him, but you're still playing football, innit? Like, it's mad.
Do you know the thing with that, yeah? The thing that really gets me about that is this stuff like that, unfortunately, probably happens quite a lot. Because I know man, and I know they're weird, yeah? But it's the fact that it was recorded. There's no coming back from that. And also, why would she have recorded it if it didn't happen multiple times already? Yeah. That's the thing for me. Like, she would not randomly catch that on video if it was a one-off thing. Yeah. For me, that is the crazy, crazy part, is that she's actually recorded it. And then also, like, her as well. Why are you doing that? Ruining man's career and then getting back with him and having a baby, trying to save his career. Like,
I know it sounds really awful, and I don't mean it in the way that it's going to come across, but she is partly to blame for that as well, in the weirdest way. Just the way she went about it, like, I just think it doesn't help anyone the way she goes about that, because it's not helping women, because it just shows that, you know, there's no strength in that from a woman's perspective, and then it's not helping men because it just makes them feel like women are just as crazy as whatever she's doing. So it just made the whole situation, if she'd gone to trial, had gone through the proper means, not got back with him and stood on her business, then this whole situation would have left us realising that that's not acceptable.
He'd probably be in prison.
He'd be in prison right now, but he's not, and he's still doing what he does, because I don't know what the situation is behind closed doors, and I can't talk on that, but from an outside perspective, it just paints the wrong picture, man, and just it's not good for the sport at all, having people like that still playing the sport, because there's people, like, you know, young boys and girls around the world who, like, dream of becoming football players and want to, you know, they literally live and eat football, and they're seeing their idols and these people up here, you know, as their sort of go-to, and these people are criminals, bro. Like, they're just not good people at all, like, and they're still allowed to do it. It's not right, man. There's people that miss out on good opportunities or good people and deserve it, and there's people who don't, and he's one of them, and I'll just be real, like, how is he still playing football?
The reason it upset me is because I actually did love him. Yeah. Like, you there is nothing better, yeah, than a team you like, seeing a young player from the academy come through and just, literally, this guy had hype around him since he was 14, 15. Everyone was like, this kid's going to be amazing. At United, everyone thought he was amazing. It's kind of like Mainu now. Everyone thought this guy's going to be a superstar, and he could have been a superstar, but he just, for some reason, that it's like United players have a gene where they have to have controversy around them. They can't avoid it. There's always something.
It's young money, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but everyone gets it. You get young money at Arsenal as well.
But you don't get young money like Man United money, bruv, because it's just different money. It's like, because it's the status and the money as well. Because although Arsenal players are paid well, these men are not getting 100 grand contracts at 18, bruv. Like, your highest paid player is probably, what, 200,000 a week?
Yeah, apparently it's Havertz on like
250. That's like Garrincha
also,
money,
yeah, and also it's Manchester United. Like, you know, you can go to anywhere in the world and literally be like, I'm a Man United player. Someone is gonna know where you are. You could be in the arse end of Asia somewhere. You could be in Central Africa in the desert. You could be in the United States. If you say the words Manchester United, someone's gonna know what that is. I think it's harder to find someone who doesn't know the words Manchester United than it is to find someone who don't. It's crazy. So that comes with a status, especially being a somewhat local lad. And don't get me wrong, things will probably get into his head, but bro, like, I've got a girlfriend. You guys have got people you love in your life. You don't do things like that to people you love in your life. You don't do that to anyone, full stop. But it makes it even worse when you do it to someone who you are supposed to share your life with them. You know, you don't just beat someone up.
Unless they chat shit to you, then you've got to bang in the face.
Yeah, that's Jamie Foxx.
Chat shit, get banged, bro.
People can talk about context, yeah. And maybe there is some context that needs to be applied, but it doesn't take away the fact that he actually did that. That's all I'm saying. And I hope he never plays for Man United again.
Yeah, I don't want him back, to be honest.
Because it's just more problems than it will work.
Just surge him out if he brings him out.
For me, it's done before it even starts. If he comes back, I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't think
he won't come back. I don't think
stupid enough to do that. There's too much going. There's too much too much going on around the situation, man. Just cut the ties and keep it stepping, bro. Like, there's plenty of good footballers out there. There's plenty of people that are generational. Like, otherwise there'll be no sport because there'll be no next generation. So we'll find another Greenwood. We're Man United at the end of the day. Like, it's not the end of the world. Keep it stepping. You can go to Spain or whatever country will accept that shit, but not in our country, mate.
So, I have got another central midfield player. So I've got Joey Barton kind of sitting, breaking up play. And then I've got another absolute madman next to him in midfield. Mr. Fascisto himself, Paolo Di Canio.
Wow, yeah.
The only man in the entire world who would score a goal and then do a Nazi salute afterwards. How this man worked in football after he was a player, I have no idea. Because everyone in Italy knew he was a fascist. Everyone in Italy knew he admired Mussolini. And still, this guy went on and had a football career and a managerial career. You see interviews of ex-players. They talk about him when he was a manager. They just say he was an absolute nutcase. Even that time with Derby, that time where Sunderland won, and he went ballistic, kicked a bottle, and ran on the pitch. The bloke
For all the goals.
Yeah, the bloke is an absolute fucking lunatic, and I genuinely, do you know what as well? And he was, you speak to kind of older people, sort of our dad's age, and even when I go to Italy and I speak to people there, they all say he was so good, like he was such a good footballer.
Always are, isn't
He was, bro. He scored probably arguably the best Prem goal of all time, that volley against Wimbledon. But yeah, he also pushed the referee, got banned for I don't know how long. I think it's the longest ban ever. And then he went to Italy for a year. Yeah, crazy madman.
Yeah, an absolute nutcase. But I feel like him and Barton can add some steel to that midfield together.
Yeah, that's a good midfield, you know. Away from the controversy. Yeah, cool. Paolo Di Canio at centre mid, Keelan. You got right mid, left mid at the moment. Who you going for next?
Yeah, so next I'm going to take one of my strikers, in which I'm going for Louie Suarez. It's got to be surprised I managed to get him in this late, to be honest. But the guy has bitten 3 different football players. He's been racist to players on the pitch. He's, as Dodds will unfortunately know, stopped Ghana from getting to the semi-finals of a World Cup due to clearing the ball off the line with his hands, and then celebrated it massively afterwards when the penalty was missed. And then just on top of it, very similar to Di Canio, the type of player Suarez was that his last play, also when he bit Ivanovic, the guy obviously misses 5 games at the start of the season, comes in that season, scores 31 goals, gets top goal scorer, gets top assister, goes off for a World Cup, bites another player, gets banned again for 9 months, and then just goes to Barca and drops it all. And to be fair, as far as I'm aware, at Barca, he was a model citizen. Messi tamed him.
Yeah, I think Messi got him under control, man.
Bro, he was posing with Alves as a banana, bro. Right? At Barca. I don't know what happened to him at Barca, man. It cleansed his soul, bro. Because before that, it was just.
No, but even that's controversial because I think he meant it in a good way. But he tweeted, "Say no to racism," with him holding a banana. Oh yeah, I can't laugh at that. I shouldn't laugh. But that is
Suarez, man. That is one of the greats of the game, but bro,
that is crazy.
I think it says talent is it's got to be a mental disability, hasn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Too many talented dons are weird, man.
There is a fine line between a genius and a psychopath, and I think these men sometimes they go between the two. It's kind of like Kanye. I think sometimes Kanye wakes up one day and gonna be like, I'm gonna be a genius, and then the next day he's like, I'm gonna be a fucking psychopath.
That's a thin line. They're just
they just they switch between being a genius and a psychopath each day.
Yeah, tearing it up at Inter Miami now, scored a hat trick yesterday, I think.
Yeah,
Messi getting an assist. That's a bit of an unfair team, but
it
Suarez, one of the most controversial of my lifetime, definitely. Back to me now. I'm gonna go for a keeper. Plays for Belgium, one of the best keepers in the world, but he took Kevin De Bruyne's goal, Thibaut Courtois. Yeah, apparently they're boys again now. Apparently they're actually cool, but Thibaut Courtois. Can't be doing that, man.
Well, of course they're cool though. It's De Bruyne, like that.
Yeah,
that guy's not holding the ground.
Yeah, he's just thinking about, bro, how can I whip this ball into Haaland, bro? He's like, oh, you can have my goal, bro. I'm trying to get the ball to Haaland.
He just wants to talk, man. He just wants to talk.
Yeah, it's like, let him talk. Yeah, this girl probably wasn't letting him talk. But That's probably why she went to Courtois, man.
Say something.
Yeah, and I'll keep that short. Thibaut Courtois, goalkeeper. Ralph, you can choose any position apart from apart from right wing.
Yeah, I don't want to go right wing anymore. I'll go for a striker because I did have Suarez in mind, but I'll go with the other partner. Karim the Dream Benzema. A man who has had a very, very strange off the field career in many different pies.
Let's be careful what we say.
He's had. I'm going to keep this one, P, because I've gone off on Greenwood. But if you know about Benzema off the pitch, you know that he's done some very strange things. Again, he's from a country that has done some very strange things over the years, or by countries. But yeah, he's a very talented footballer. He's been very good for many years, but he's just a very strange bloke.
Yeah,
and he should be stopped.
Yeah. If you want more information, Google Karim Benzema 15. And his 15-goal season will come up. Yeah. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. I wish I didn't know.
Yeah.
So, I've also picked a striker, and I think him and El Hadji Diouf will have a lethal partnership on and off the pitch. Mario Balotelli, the man who throws darts out of his window at innocent bypassers. The man who set his own house on fire with fireworks. The man who gives homeless men £50 just randomly. Yeah, he's just all round a very controversial man. Obviously, even his celebration. Why always me? The one,
celebrate.
Yeah, the one in the Euros. And also saying that he doesn't celebrate because a postman doesn't celebrate when they deliver the post.
That missed back heel that he did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He got subbed off.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't be asked for his preseason game.
Yeah, he was, again, just an all-round... do you know what? Unlike some of the others in my team, I don't actually think he's a bad guy. I just think
he's confused, bro.
Yeah, I just think he's a bit lost. And I think he's like one of those kids who probably, had a really tough upbringing, has got lots of money that he never had and just thought, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do with my life. Now he spends his time on Twitter winding up Man United fans. Yeah, again, he's not a bad bloke, but just all round controversial. And I must admit, I think when Balotelli was in the Premier League was a better place because there was just all funny stories all the time. I know him and Micah Richards were very good friends. I could see that. Yeah, and again, that's only the stuff we know about. I can only imagine some of the crazy stuff he got up to while he was by himself.
Crazy.
That's just reminded me of someone else now as well.
Is he still playing Balotelli?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So some Serie B team or something.
He was at Monza not that long ago. Let's have a look.
He's got a card on FIFA, so
Yeah, he's not that old. I think he's only 33.
He's at Adana Demirspor. He's only 33 years old.
same age as Neymar, isn't he?
Yeah, I think same year.
I mean, that could be another
91 or
controversial
something.
player as well, potentially.
Yeah, if someone wants to take him.
So for my next one, I'm going to go with a centre back. I'm going to go for Materazzi because obviously due to the incident he had with Zidane, or more the incident Zidane had with him at the 2006 World Cup, I'm just convinced that if you're Zidane, you don't react that way unless something mad's been said. And whatever Materazzi said, it's worked. It's secured a World Cup for his team. Fair play to him. But yeah, I think. Yeah, one of the maddest moments of football, and no one knows what he whispered. Only he knows it. Maybe his wife, but one day maybe we'll know.
Hard to find a madder moment than that. The greatest player of his generation in the fight. You're the captain of your team, bro. Like 10 minutes till pens. Headbutt, man. Like, why? Why did he do that, man? And he just went off as well. No complaints. He was just like, I'm off, man. Walked past the World Cup trophy. I'm done. I'm out of the game.
I must have said something mad because I've been in them moments where you know that it's a stupid thing to do. We thought, nah, bro, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You're just not having that. It's just you must have violated him. You must have said something crazy.
Bro, must have.
I don't know what he said. I can't really think of anything that would make me that mad.
That's got to be all of our man.
Hold on a minute. What has he said?
Unless he knew something really personal about me that no one else knew. That would be the only thing that would really get me rolled up.
I got a private investigator before the match. Get some dirt on Zidane.
odds on 1 to 3 headbutt me.
I think that's one of the first moments like all of us can remember from football. Like, generally, everyone remembers that moment, man.
I was in Dominican Republic, and obviously, I just remember my dad going mental. And then Italy won, and Cannavaro lifted the cup. And the thing is, if Zidane was on the pitch, he wouldn't have missed a penalty. So, because he put a lovely penalty in that game as well,
off the bar and out.
So I mean that game that could have been very different. And, maybe Calciopoli doesn't exist as well a few years later. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, man. All right, striker, because there's so many of them, man. One of the greatest strikers to ever play the game, one of the greatest players to ever play the game, right? But I think it was after a World Cup game or something like that. He went home. He thought he went home with 3 girls. He went home with 3 transvestites, apparently. And apparently he said to them, don't say anything. NDA sign and all that. What's come out now? R9, Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo. Apparently he was snorting cocaine with them all night as well. I don't know if it was the same night before it was his final against France where he was rumoured to be in, then he wasn't in, then he was in, and then he stunk it up. But yeah, R9, man. Brazilian players, such a shame, man, because they're the most talented players, but they just have the wrong people around them. Now you're getting good Brazilians like the Martinellis and the Vinicius Juniors, hopefully. But that era of Brazil, even though they won a World Cup, crazy era. So R9, first striker for me.
Okay, I'll go with goalkeeper just because I don't really know anyone else. And this is a really stupid one, but just a man who doesn't know how to park properly, Barthez. If you know about Barthez and having loads of parking tickets, then that's a thing.
Please elaborate.
There was a chart. I read about. I heard about this on the Gary Neville podcast the other day, actually. That Barthez for some reason just never knew how to park and would have like thousands of parking tickets. And there's a song about he parks where he wants. So yeah, that's rogue. Just get a fucking season pass at
accumulating
NPC.
that many parking tickets.
You can't be doing that, bruv.
It's got to go in the team.
Especially when you're a millionaire.
Just fucking pay the toll, bruv.
That was just the price to pay. Like, it's 40 quid for an hour.
They give these man too much money, bruv. Like, you should just pay the toll, or just get a season pass at NPC. Like NPC, what's it called?
Yeah.
National Car.
Is it it's NCP.
Oh, okay.
It's not
He is
NPC.
an NPC.
I was gonna say, no way they call the parking NPC. Bruv. No, it's NPC.
No, it's NCP. It's National Car Park.
Oh, okay. NCP. I was like, yo, they are some NPCs in there, though.
Sticking with the theme of goalkeepers, I've had to get actually an article up to refresh myself about what happened here. But René Higuita, many of you will know him from his scorpion kick save against England. Some might know him for his extremely close friendship with Diego Maradona. Again, you are the company around you says a lot about you. But he was imprisoned in 1993 after being involved in a kidnapping. So he was acting as a go-between for the drug barons Pablo Escobar and Carlos Molina, and he was largely responsible for securing the release of Molina's daughter by delivering the ransom money. What a great guy, he got someone's daughter returned to them. The problem is, he actually took 64 grand of that to himself, which breaks Colombian law, as it is an offence to profit from a kidnapping, obviously. And in his defence, he said, I'm a footballer, I didn't know anything about kidnapping laws. What a great guy.
He didn't know there were laws. He was like, I'm doing it. It's calm. There's no laws.
No, I actually hear that, bruv.
Bro, I said I hear that.
No, because think about it. How many laws are there? Then they expect you to know all of them?
Bruv, but it's very obvious that you can't.
Nah, man. He's on ball, bro. You don't care about laws and that. That's for like school people. If you go to school, then you learn about laws. Then if you don't go to school, you're just playing ball. Then you're just like,
that's awful, man.
That's awful. Plus, he lives in Colombia and flipping time where the cartel literally run the place. Like, he don't. Like, law don't matter.
But you could just be doing a good thing.
I hear that, bro.
But yeah, he was also friends with Maradona, and he featured in the ESPN documentary called Two Escobars. I haven't actually watched the documentary. I might have to after reading up about that story, because I'm sure there'll be more controversy involved with that, as there was with that region of the world in the 90s.
They got so many players they killed in that.
Yeah.
That region, man.
They actually got someone called Pablo Escobar killed as well, didn't they?
Andres
Escobar, yeah.
Yeah, he scored an goal.
Yeah.
Killed. Very sad.
There's another one as well. They killed some other people as well in the same sort of year, in the couple of years before they did it as well. Like literally, just people just dying. That's deep.
It's very deep. I think it'll be removed. Hopefully, removed from that era now.
Mexico's popping off at the moment. Yeah, not in that respect of footballers dying, but yeah, cartels are doing some crazy stuff. Yeah.
So for me, I'm going to go for my goalkeeper. Kind of struggled for this one, but I'm going to go with Wojciech Szczesny. Just because the last time the guy played for Arsenal, we lost the game. He was caught smoking in the showers by teammates, and he's come out and admitted that. And then, since then he's been sold. But as a footballer in the time he was playing, you can't be smoking. Never mind in the showers, in the stadium. And,
Overall criminal, to be honest.
That was calamitous, man. Like, literally, Arsenal #1 never changed, never really swapped out of the keeps for that. But Wenger usually gives people chances as well. After that, he was like, nah, man, you're gone. Firmed Ospina, who was crap for like a year or a bit, and then got checked.
Yeah, like overall, goalkeepers actually quite good guys, man. Like, I don't really feel like of all the positions on the pitch, they're probably like the least offensive. They're a little bit recluse, aren't they? Because they train on their own and they sort of don't get a chance to.
Yeah, and you kind of have to be a goalkeeper, don't you? Like you kind of just got put there when you were younger because you were like tall, and then they just stayed there.
I forgot about that one terrorist one. Andre Onana.
Oh my days! Come on, serious suggestions.
Just like being in the club and like you speaking to a girl, you're like, I'm goalkeeper.
He's scaring the hose away.
But I got bottles, man.
You show him your gloves.
Nah, literally. Here's us saying that, man.
No peas, but just
I wish I was a professional goalkeeper, bro.
I was 13.
There was a goalie on Love Island once, I think.
Choice goalkeeper.
I wish I was
Love Island.
Yeah, there was some goalkeeper on Love Island.
I wish I was Tom Heaton, man.
Pickford, just like girl.
Nah, because Pickford actually has to do work.
Yeah, second back up Ben Yedder or something.
I wish I was Scott Carson. We were saying this on the other week.
Mate, he won a treble and he's like...
He's won the Champions League twice.
Yeah.
With Liverpool
That's
and with Man
crazy.
City.
And a gap in his tooth. That's crazy. Without bread and he's got a gap.
Yeah, but he's just loving life, man. He shows up, gets the ball putted at him by De Bruyne a couple times, goes home, boosts Haaland's ego a little bit. Yeah, man.
And him Edison are like best friends, innit?
How do they communicate?
Yeah, no. All right, right back. I'm going to go for one of the best right backs of this generation, definitely. Probably the best right back England have ever had. On the pitch, he's exemplary. Off the pitch, he's nothing of the kind. Kyle Walker, recently he's come out, had a kid with a girl he's been seeing for 12 years or something like that, whilst he has a wife or something like that. Yeah. Crazy. Apparently he was having sex parties in lockdown as well. Carl Walker, man.
UK based or?
So basically, he was like the man in number 10.
Yeah.
It's mad because Pep Guardiola players are normally quite like on their football, man. But Carl Walker outside of football.
I know because I've got someone.
Okay.
Who wasn't on their football?
Who wasn't on their football.
Yeah,
and
same.
he's also a fullback.
Same.
Right. I'll segue into that.
Played for Man City.
Oh, Man City.
No.
I've got someone who was a fullback but also played for Pep, but he was at Barca.
There's a few of these surnames in the game, but I'm talking about this one in particular. So it's Mendy.
There's a few, because apparently one of the a few of the Mendys have done stuff basically. Yeah.
Like the one who had people locked in his house basement allegedly because he hasn't been charged for that, and he's a free man. So that might have all been lies, but there's a lot of random. That's like a lot of lies about the same thing, all at the same time. Very coincidental. But we've all seen that footballers get away with it anyway, so it doesn't matter if you think it's right or wrong. But yeah, overall, alhamdulillah, he's a great guy.
Have any of you seen that story of that woman on TikTok, the blonde woman? I think she's an escort, right? And she said that she got invited round by Mendy to Riyad Mahrez's house, and it was Ramadan. And she went round there, and all of Mahrez's family were there for Ramadan. And Mendy was there, and he just said, "Come to the toilet." They went to the toilet, shagged, and walked out, and she left. That tells you all you need to know about this brother.
Yeah, I think sex in France is like such a openly different thing. Like it's so taboo in the UK, but over in France it's just like, oh yeah, don't care how old you are, don't care if you say yes or no. I want you to put it in my ass. It's just happening, bruv. Like fuck it.
That's so weird because France is like a modern country as well.
Yeah, it is, but they're very. Like, I don't know if you've ever met any French girls either. They're very like different. They're a lot more. Don't know how to explain. I don't want to offend anyone either, to be honest. But yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's when it comes to that.
Yeah, especially with Parisians, man. Them lot are different, bruv. Them lot are different. Anyway, yeah, another fullback. Same side as Kyle Walker, and to be honest, everything's tarnished now. But he probably is the best right back in history. He's just been sentenced.
Man.
Oh no, don't say that. But yeah, Dani Alves, apparently a serial rapist. Has been sentenced. I'm pretty sure I also read that Neymar paid all of his bail money as well, which is extremely questionable. I know that's your friend, but you know you're Neymar. Why are you doing that? These Brazilians are not short of controversy, are they? And it tends to be the ones who are actually very good at football as well.
Unless your name is Anthony.
Yeah, he's just got controversy and he's shit. So like, there's just. Yeah,
makes just no sense.
It just makes no sense whatsoever because, you know, at least it's not like people are going to look back in 20 years and be like, oh yeah, he was all right. We can kind of let him get away with it. It's like, no, he's shit and he's fucking potentially, allegedly a woman beater. Whereas, yeah, Dani Alves is actually a confirmed toucher. Horrible piece of work. Hope he never sees the light of day. I mean, unfortunately, now we're going to be looking back and not able to speak about someone who truly was such an amazing footballer because of what he did. When he didn't have to do that, especially in his position.
Top player, revolutionised the position.
Yeah.
It's the last we're going to speak of him.
Yes, ever.
Yeah.
Cool. So for my one, I'm going to go with one of my centre mids, and I'm going to go with Joseph Manila. So he's not very controversial to the general public, but people, particularly in the FIFA community, will know him. And you guys done nothing wrong other than just not look his age at all. And sort of as he was playing in Lazio, it was sort of around 2013 time. This guy would like just joined Lazio. He was like meant to be like 17. And the guy honestly looked like a 40-plus-year-old guy. The guy's now 27. He's playing in Malta. But I don't know what his actual age is, but I don't think it's 27.
His legs caught up with him, man. He's 45. That's why he's in Malta, bro.
The fact he's even still playing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
If only was it Napoli he played for?
Lazio.
Yeah. If only he joined him 10 years younger, man.
Yeah.
Of course it was Lazio.
He joined as a 7-year-old.
Yeah, crazy,
man.
It's
like that photo of Lukaku when he was 10 and he was like 6'5", and everyone else was like 4 foot.
His mum had to bring his birth certificate to matches to verify his age.
She couldn't even do that. They just took his word for it, bruv. If some 6'5" tells you he's 10, he's 10, bruv. I ain't beefing him over it.
Joseph Manala, man. Was his card good? I can't even remember, man.
Just some silver.
Everyone just recognised it.
Not bad for a 37-year-old though.
That's a notes. We're gonna go with left winger, right? I haven't got the case studies up right now, but I know he had a tag when he was playing football. Jermaine Pennant, and I think not the other day, but a few years ago, he was on Jeremy Carl's show. Yeah, he could just never really, unfortunately, keep it together. Made his Arsenal debut. Apparently, he was hungover and he scored a hat-trick somehow against Southampton, 6-1 game. Pierre scored a hat-trick as well. But, Jermaine Pennant, I think he's had a few affairs. I think he's been in and out. Yeah.
He's a light-skinned bro.
Didn't he say that him and his teammates used to play a game about who could shag the ugliest woman?
Yeah.
And the winner would like get money.
Hogging, right?
Yeah.
He was. How can you have a tag as a footballer, man? Like, It's crazy.
Curfew, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's like,
Can't even show up to the 8 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Only played the first half.
right, lads, go an extra time. I'm not gonna lie.
Scores an own goal before extra time. Gets
Golden
sent off.
goal. Like, yeah,
Gets sent off.
Partnering my other centre mids is going to be your boy Wazza, Mr. Hairline,
It's playing a bit deeper.
playing a bit deeper.
all this time.
He's lost his hair
And his legs.
and he looks about 48, and he's the same age as Ronaldo, or just slightly younger than him. So it's just crazy. Yeah, a bit controversial. Even after he finished playing football, obviously the old ladies that he liked to mingle with. And the parties you'd go to, and just the off-key things that Wayne Rooney did as a child, or say a young man, or with his girlfriend. Off the pitch, he's been caught at raves with like uni students sleeping. That's like what the whole boxing thing. Like
Yeah, he's trying to fight KSI now.
fight KSI. It's a strange overall fella. But I do feel a little bit sorry for Wayne Rooney because he's not like pause, but he's not aesthetically. He's always been quite an ugly looking bloke. He's been good at football, and he's always been a bit mentally challenged. Like he's not like the smartest tool, like sharpest tool in the shed, but you know he was a great player, but he's just a bit of a rogue guy.
I always wondered if he didn't play football, what would he have done? Because there's certain like quite a few people on this list probably, who if they didn't play football, they would have just been like, they would have had such weird lives. And it's kind of like he was put on this planet just to play football, and that's it. All the other stuff is kind of like he doesn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, he's a bit lost, isn't he?
But it's mad because he's been with his wife since they were like really young.
Stuck it through, man.
Yeah, I mean fair play
fair
to her.
Yeah,
Fair play to her because I don't think many women would have stuck around.
Yeah, I mean, getting footballer money must be really difficult.
Yeah, but she's got her own money as well, though.
I know, but would she have had that without Wayne Rooney?
No,
Truthfully, no.
Truthfully, like.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what Greenwood's missus thinks. Sorry,
Jesus.
if that's
Yeah, I mean that's just two different scenarios, isn't it? Because I mean,
I know you don't.
cheating's one thing, but battering her is another thing, isn't it?
I mean, to be fair, falling asleep at a uni rave is actually horrendous, bro.
That's about 30 bodies, bro. I can't lie.
That's so bad.
As like a 35-year-old man as well, bro. What are you doing? How did you end up there?
35-year-old man, probably one of the baitest people you can find in this country. Like, what are you doing?
What's gonna happen, bro? He's just there asleep like that
Mate,
on the seat.
pop one and just keep it going, bro. Like, yeah, man, yeah.
Just don't even do that, bro.
Just keep it, I ain't got to fall in the sleep, mate. Like, Jesus Christ. At least just get caught partying, not hard. Like.
Yeah, not some uni students afters, bro.
So poor.
Oh,
Imagine that conversation, like you're out with your boys, yeah, you're just out at the bar and you see Rooney.
Yeah, that'd be
you
so
come
weird.
back to the afters and he's like, yeah, fuck it, go on then.
it never gets up. And last night we had Rooney run. Yeah,
The thing is, you like, I know you shouldn't record people, yeah, but if you're that uni student, you're gonna record it because if you ever tell that story, no one's gonna believe you
exactly.
unless you have the videos of it, bro. So you have to record it. Okay, so my one, I've got this man at right mid. I'm very, very surprised that he has not been said yet, and it is some people's goats. A man who made a lot of people fall in love with football. A man who actually, even though I never got to see him play, has a very special place in my heart as well, and that's Diego Maradona. Yeah, I mean, got banned for taking cocaine. The hand of God apparently was involved with the mafia in Napoli, so I've heard from some very reliable sources. Yeah, I mean, just overall very controversial man. I mean, even the photo of him in World Cup, I think it was 2014, where there's like a glass pane and he's got his hands on it, and he takes his hands away and like the whole glass pane is just covered in white powder. And that was when he was like 50. Yeah, I think he's another one like George Best, where he probably lived the best possible life anyone could ask for in terms of excitement and enjoyment, but sadly got taken from us far too soon. But yeah, again, I mean, if you asked him probably when he was 15 in the slums in Buenos Aires, if you would go on to be probably one of the best free footballers ever, go on to win everything pretty much, he would have taken it. But yeah, unfortunately a man with a lot of demons. But yeah, I think sometimes these guys it's too much too quickly for them. But yeah, I mean, you can't take away from his genius. I know a lot of older English people hate him. I can see why. I'd probably hate him as well. Yeah.
Apparently boys with Pablo Escobar as well, I think.
Yeah, boys of Pablo Escobar.
Who wasn't? I feel like I would have been boys with Pablo Escobar. He's a great guy.
Yeah, from South America.
I mean, it kind of makes sense why he was boys with Pablo Escobar.
Customer,
You know, if you can go straight to the plug, why not? Yeah. Like, instead of going through a middleman, go straight to the plug.
Partying with the plug would be like...
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Serious party.
Like putting in like a similar order to the UK, like just him himself.
Probably going band for band as well, isn't he? Like,
probably.
That's
probably.
That's hard.
And I mean, the fact he was so controversial and yet he's still seen as a god in one city is miraculous, to be honest. Like, he's the only foreign national I know who's got a mural in a different country that people go to and pray to, which is fucking mental. Yeah. So yeah, even though he was very controversial, I don't think he was a bad guy. I think he was just a bit lost.
So I'm going to take my other centre-back. I'm going to go for another great football player, another Englishman that couldn't keep loyal to his missus, and it is, of course, Rio Ferdinand, who had an affair on his missus at the time where she was heavily ill, and that's not on at all. And also, earlier in his career, I think it was in 2002, he refused to do a drug test, in which
correct
you probably refused to do a drug test because you've got drugs in the system. And obviously, the severity of that issue was matched by the FA, who gave him an 8-month ban for it.
Even now, he comes out with some stuff, man.
Yeah, I like him though. He adds entertainment to a punditry thing. He's just raw with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he was obviously, unfortunately, too many times. He was raw with it. But yeah.
Stay strapped, man.
Go centre back now. Keep it short. His team lost a game, and he came home from punditry, spat in the 14-year-old girl's mouth. Jamie Carragher. Very weird man. I say that because he's an exceptional pundit.
Yeah,
and he was he's Liverpool's all-time record appearance holder, so he was obviously a very good footballer. But like, he did that, not really controversial, but he beefed Joe Weller as well in a charity match. Like, just a bit of a weird tool, man. Jamie Carragher, yeah. Not much more to say. I think apart from that, he's fine, as far as I know. But yeah, Jamie Carragher.
Sometimes with a lot of these guys, I feel like it's a lot of people out there doing mad stuff you just don't know about yet. Yeah. And like, the ones who just get caught are the ones who, obviously the stupid ones. I say that's stupid, but like, brazen enough to go out and be filmed doing it. Do you know what I mean? There's definitely a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors.
Yes, man, he got filmed actually.
He
got filmed and he still did it.
Driving as well.
Yeah, and I think it went in. It was a good spit as well. Went in her mouth. Like, pause. It went in.
Could have been a striker, bro. Like, that finishing is unbelievable.
He's lucky he's good at his job as well, because he should have got sacked.
Yeah,
100%.
He should even be blacklisted.
If Richard Keys and Andy Gray got sacked, he should have got sacked.
He should have. He should have. And they were good at their job as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, Carragher he does carry like.
Yeah,
he's exceptional,
at
his job. He is.
Yeah, he is very good. So
apart from when it comes to talking about United and Liverpool, other than that, he's excellent.
We'll let him off. So my next one is, he's technically not a right back, but he has played there a couple of times. And again, I was struggling for right back, so other than Walker. So I've gone with one of the brothers, and not the Yaya, but the Colo. Colo Torre had a bit of a cheating scandal of his own. He once convinced a girl that he was, that wasn't his wife, that he was a car salesman. Every time they met up, he wore really thick aviator sunglasses, so she didn't recognise him. And when he told her when she wondered where all his money came from, he just said he was a car salesman this whole time. And then he just ghosted her to go back to his wife. But there's a very funny picture, if you want to go and find it on the internet, of him in the shower that she took. And that's how he got caught, because she took a photo of him in the shower and then showed it to a couple of her friends, and they said, hold on a minute, that's fucking Kolo Touré. Yeah.
What was the expectation?
But yeah, that was like the most rogue person I could think other than Walker right back. But yeah, Kolo Touré. And him and his brother are just very strange people in general. Trying to figure out what the fuck Yaya Touré said is another level, but he's a nice bloke. So yeah, Kolo is on my list.
Yeah, Kolo Touré. He got done for 6 months as well. He took, I don't know what he took, but he was banned for 6 months.
Yeah.
I think he's a coach now.
Yeah, he is.
Leicester.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
on. Funnily enough, I have Yaya at centre back. I couldn't fit him in midfield. So I put him as centre back. He did a job there a couple of times for Barcelona. So Yaya Touré got axed from playing in Soccer Aid because he put some photos in of some prostitutes into a group chat and asked if any of his teammates were interested.
And there was like all these women in the chat. It's just like,
who snitched on him though? Like, who snitched on him, bro? I bet it was Stephen Bartlett or something.
No, it was there was like England women's national players in there, and they were like, "Hold on a minute."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not say I condone that, but still, like,
and then he's like, "Oh, no, I'm only joking." But,
and yeah, he also had the whole situation with his birthday cake, where he threatened to leave Man City because they didn't get him a cake for his birthday. Yeah. Overall, he also said that Eden Hazard has a nice bum. It's not that controversial, but it just adds to him as a person. I must admit, one of the funniest things I've ever seen is the Yaya Knees compilation, where it's just a compilation of Yaya Touré speaking English. And look, I can't speak another language fluently, so I can't slag anyone off. But the thing is with him is I feel like he thinks his English is really good because he just yaps and yaps and yaps and yaps. But you just can't understand what he's saying. He just goes off on a tangent for 30 seconds trying to say something. Yeah. And also, Specs said that he smelt of chips when he met him.
Yeah.
Them ones, man, when you be cooking and it just comes on your clothes.
Yaya Touré sticks and chips.
Like quick meal before whatever he was doing.
Once again, obviously the fullbacks are the struggle. So I've got a guy, he did start there, finished at right wing. It's Gareth Bale. He's obviously, to the average person, he's not hugely controversial, but I feel like to Florentino Perez and any Real Madrid fans, that he absolutely rattled that club. He went there for 6 years on like 600k a week, having a few extensions. Towards the end of it, the guy was just not playing at all, just collecting more than $500,000 each week. Playing for Wales, holding up banners that saying Wales, Golf, Madrid or something like that. In that order, just completely violating his employer. Just kind of like took it to the bigger man in Real Madrid and just chilled on the bench, and obviously not a role model to go down as a footballer, but obviously for him himself, his grandchildren and all his descendants are going to live very comfortably from that. Yeah.
And he's got a legacy as well. Like, he won everything there was to win multiple times there, so he kind of just went to Madrid, did his thing on the pitch, then was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play golf, collect 600 grand a week. Yeah. If anything, I think that's a perfect role model, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
he lived a good life, to be fair.
Yeah, he did. It's not like he didn't do his thing. It's not like he was a waste of space. He was at the end, but I hear it though. If you ask a Madrid fan who they hate, they'd probably tell you Gareth Bale, which is really weird considering he should be a club legend for them. Yeah. I don't think they ever really took to him either because he didn't learn Spanish, even though he was there for like 8 years.
He'd probably tell you in the account later on in his life, like, don't go around. Who was it he advised? He said to Bellingham, just play the game or something at Real Madrid if he needs to be successful. And he's doing that, to be fair, Bellingham. So,
Beckham probably told Bellingham that as well.
Yeah, probably. Got all the advice. That's why he's doing so well. Cool. I'll go at striker. And surprised this guy hasn't been said. Argentinian striker, very clinical striker. Mauro Icardi.
Literally on my
Oh, I
list.
thought
Mauro
you was thinking of
Icardi.
another
Poor
Argentinian.
Maxi Lopez, man.
That's still ongoing, you know.
Still ongoing.
Yeah, like he's done some more shit the other day about it. Like he messaged his old thing again.
This guy does not
mad.
like peace, man.
Yeah, he doesn't
One
like peace,
problem
man.
always.
So what is it? He was with his girl,
Yeah,
and then he was seeing Maxi Lopez's girl,
yeah. Then
and then had an affair.
Got with Maxi Lopez's girl,
Yeah.
then had an affair on her.
and then got Maxi Lopez's kid's name tattooed on him, which is insane,
Peak.
bro. That is fucked.
Oh, and then I swear they played against each other and he scored like 2 or something like that in the same game.
Yeah. And he went to shake Maxi Lopez's hand like nothing had happened, and Maxi
Yeah.
Lopez snubbed him.
Nah, Mauro Icardi, what a wrong one, man.
He's definitely done something very similar again with another player recently.
Yeah, I heard it came out
His
again.
missus is also his agent.
Yeah, she was, and then
Maxi Lopez's ex-wife is his agent, because I'm pretty sure a move to Man United broke down because like his agent, his wife, asked to get a fee for it.
Didn't his ex-wife, so the girl he took off Maxi Lopez, do the same to him kind of thing?
Probably,
Like, as in, she started seeing someone. Oh,
I think
Yeah,
her name's
yeah.
Wandanara or something.
yeah, no, yeah. So then she did it back to him after he did it. So he did it to her. Then she did it back to him, and yeah, it's just ongoing, bro. And then he's still like trying to move mad.
Them poor kids, man.
Then he had like beef with Messi over something as well. He's just a strange guy.
Yeah, he
should've
did
beat
have
Messi,
beef with Messi. He did. That's why he didn't get called up to the Argentinian national team.
Yeah.
How can you have beef with Messi?
yeah.
The guy doesn't
Bro,
even speak.
unless you're Veghorst.
The guy just sits there being
Yeah.
autistic in the corner. How can you beef with him, bro?
Yeah.
I bet in the changing room he just sits there with his headphones in.
At that point, it's just bullying, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Playing Subway Surfers.
Watching the TikTok and it's a video on top and Subway Surfers
We're getting through it now. I think we've only got
Yeah.
3 positions left, I think.
For my left wing, it's a toss-up between 2 players. Now, one of them is like obviously controversial, but the other one's not obvious. So I'll do the not obvious one. It's Jesse, and not Lingard, the Real Madrid Jesse.
Jesse Rodriguez.
Jesse Rodriguez, that guy. He has had a very, very scandalous life along the lines of like he's like a mix between Icardi, Benzema, and Balotelli. He's just overall shagging models, cheating on his wife, really weird sex parties, doing just overall controversial stuff. And there's a really good thread on Twitter, if you'd like to read it, about his life and all of his over-the-top eccentricities.
Is that by Upshot Towers?
Yeah,
And they
he's
do some funny.
been at Real
funny
Madrid
ones.
for a little bit. Never reached the heights of where he thought he probably should have been. But yeah, just overall weird guy. The other pick was Adam Johnson. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I also had John Terry and Ryan Giggs, but I've got a left back who no one has mentioned, and I'm quite surprised, and that's Ashley Cole.
I had him.
Controversial on and off the pitch. Obviously moved cross city from Arsenal to Chelsea. Very controversial at the time, but I mean it worked out pretty much perfectly for him. But you know, being an invincible at Arsenal and then going across to your city rivals for what was perceived at the time and probably was more money, worked out well because he went on to win everything. But also he was with probably at the time the baddest woman in the country, Cheryl Cole, and he cheated on her. And then she made a whole song about him. And then they ended up divorcing.
What song was it? It wasn't
If
fine.
anything make you sick.
Wasn't that, was it?
Nah, I swear it was that song.
Was that Ashley Cole?
Is it Chelsea?
That was Lily Allen. That isn't Lily Allen though. That's some fake Lily Allen.
No, that's just
What cheat? I don't know. But yeah, I see them. There was like, so she got
Fight for
cheated
This
on.
Love. That's what it was.
Might have been.
It was Fight
But
for
then
This
she
Love.
came out and performed on X Factor like the next day or something like that. She
Yeah.
was looking vexed.
Yeah, he rattled the baddest woman in the country at the time.
Kim K of England them times.
Yeah, man. And
really bad, man.
you know what? She's actually not recovered since either. You know,
She hasn't, you know.
She was everywhere, and now she's not really anywhere.
Yeah, Cheryl Tweedy, man. Where is
Yeah.
she now?
So, for my other striker, I'm going to go for Carlos Tevez.
Yeah.
Because the guy was just not serious about football and so disrespectful to so many of his employers. Obviously, yeah, within football as well, he crossed Manchester to go from United to City, celebrated against United like it was nothing. And then obviously I think it was when he was at Juventus. He was just missing training to go play golf and stuff.
At City, he went AWOL and went Disneyland in the middle of the season.
Disney, and he missed the World Cup because he wanted to go to Disneyland as well. He went to China for a bit. He was I think he was like the highest paid player in the world at the time. His contract got terminated after like 3 months because he just wasn't going to training. He was just playing golf, taking his kids to Disneyland. Which, to be fair, it's all from a good place, but just the guy just didn't care, and he just got all the money he could from it, and didn't take it. So he was very hit and miss in that sense that he just didn't care a lot of the time.
2 players from the dodgiest transfer of all time.
Yeah.
Mascherano and Tevez turned up at West Ham like, oh, guys, that's strange, man.
Yeah. He actually kept them up that year as well.
Yeah, he did.
It scored against Man U. Kept them
Yeah.
up.
We signed him.
He got signed on like a third-party deal as well, so I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
didn't
sure
know
West
that.
Ham never actually owned him.
Apparently United didn't own him either.
Yeah.
And City were like his first owners. Something like that.
That's really weird.
Yeah, proper weird. Okay, I'll go left back. Proper niche choice this, yeah. This guy's called Ben Thatcher, right? He played for Man City
Oh, I've heard about this guy.
in the 2000s.
Heard about this guy.
And I think he was just an angry footballer, to be honest. His most notable moment was elbowing Pedro Mendes.
Yeah.
Like a deliberate elbow, not a just sticking shoulder out, like deliberate elbow. Got banned for 8 games. I think he stamped on another player. I think he stamped on Ronaldo, actually, in the game. I'm sure if you YouTube Ben Thatcher, you're just seeing a lot of MMA in the Premier League. So at left back, completing my defence, Ben Thatcher.
Wasn't he also part of the Millwall Crazy Gang as well?
Or was he?
I'm pretty sure he was.
I've got a striker finally.
Okay.
And with the greatest celebration of all time, is Mr. Adi Bayor. He did the Judas and then fucking celebrated like the Judas he was, and it rattled a lot of people. That was like, well, I remember when that happened, and I just thought, oh my, what is blood doing? But you know, I weren't my team, so I don't care. But you know, he was just overall just a funny guy, man. Controversial celebration of all time, apart from maybe a Nazi salute. But
Yeah.
probably felt like a Nazi salute to some people at the time, didn't it? But yeah, no, crazy. That was my other option other than Benzema or Suarez.
So I'll go with the left wing. I've got a striker playing at left wing, and that's Marlon King. So in the early 2000s, I just remember watching Sky Sports News, and it seemed like this guy was always in and out of court. He was always cheating on his missus. I'm pretty sure he beat a couple of girlfriends up. He's an overall really bad guy, and also played for Watford as well, which is the worst of the worst. So yeah,
I do remember him. Yeah, we have to look into that one because I do remember him just always in the yellow bar on the bottom. That famous Sky Sports yellow bar.
For right back, we're going to have to use a right winger, and I'm going to go for Hulk, who recently...
Oh my God.
Or not fairly recently, he has left his wife of 12 years, and to have... Well, I think he had a kid with his wife's niece, and he's now having a second kid with his wife's niece, and he's left his wife, and I think he's now married to his niece, and he was married to his wife for 12 years, and he's left her to take her niece, and the wife's out of the picture now. Like, she's obviously helped him match with the niece, but she's gone in. And
So, you know, love moves in mysterious ways. I hear it, bruv. You got to follow your heart if you know.
Not your wife's niece, blood. I can't lie.
Nah, bro, you got to follow your heart.
There's
man.
plenty of other girls out there that you can get
Like
with.
Toby, bro, but he's just like
he was getting her Christmas presents, and then
he's got the same essence of his wife, but in a younger version.
Do you know what makes it really bad though? If he was married to his wife for 12 years, how old is he now? He's about 35.
35.
So he must have met his wife probably when he was in his early 20s. And I'd imagine her niece is much younger than her. So he probably knew the niece since she was like a child.
Yeah.
So he pretty much groomed her, which makes it...
Hulk smash.
Hulk smash. We shouldn't laugh about
Make him a
things like that.
scout, to be fair.
Yeah, we should. Another Brazilian,
Future
man.
Stars card.
Another Brazilian.
Brazilian French.
By the way, one of the most overrated players ever for me. Like, he was so...
Yeah.
Mate, but he had a $1.
He
He had a great
He
shot.
looked great on a compilation though, didn't
Yeah, in the comps, bro, with the dubstep.
M. Don Belly.
Him and Quaresma looking great. But
he? Him and Charisma and Pogba.
Yeah.
yeah. Centre mid, all right. He was a bit of an attacking midfielder. Can't believe no one said him. Paul Gascoigne, the England golden boy, didn't live up to his career. Done many things. Well, unfortunately, mainly he's battling alcoholism to this day. But the streets will never forget the sunny days of 2010 summer when, unfortunately, there was a man called Raumo going around the streets of England. Yeah, won't get into him. Won't shed light on him. And I think there was a search going on for him. And then... What was the tweet? It was
Paul Gascoigne showed up.
Yeah. Paul Gascoigne's been showed up to Raumo's house saying he's a friend of his or something like that.
With 4 cans of beer and some chicken sandwiches.
So he was friends with one of the country's biggest criminals ever. And yeah, Gascoigne, man. Yeah. I think his daughter was on Love Island.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he also beat up his wife at one point as well.
Yeah, the big shame.
He said that he thought like the news about like the Gaza Strip was like news about him. He's just so disconnected from reality.
Have you also seen that video of like he's like a tall mixed race guy and he's like, oh, Gaza, you right, mate? And Gaza goes, have you got any gear?
It's so peak, man. Hopefully, one day, he just actually, it's not nice to see anyone go through what he's going through.
Yeah, because he keeps like relapsing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It must be. I think it's a pain, from like not ever becoming what he should have been. It must be like proper.
Do you know what?
Mentally, like
I think when he dies, they need to donate his brain to science because he even when he wasn't like an alcoholic. Even when he was just a footballer back, like he was always like pulling pranks on people. Yeah. Didn't he like do a shit in someone's football boot as well, or something like that? They used to play pranks on each other, and he
he's a mad guy, man.
Rugby.
Yeah, he was a mad guy.
Cried on the pitch.
Yeah, grabbing people's balls and stuff. Yeah.
As I played all over Serie A, Rangers, England.
Yeah.
Yeah, good career in a way.
Also the controversy with the flute celebration as well.
Oh yeah,
got him in trouble with the IRA.
There's so many players.
Yeah, he did the flute celebration and then got letters sent to his house by the IRA saying they're going to kill him. Only Gaza could do that. Very, very interesting man. And I think if you're not British, you need a case study about British people. Just read up about Gaza's life.
And the only other person I had was Cantona, and he's never played centre back really.
We'll let you have a 3 at the back.
Yeah,
and then Cantona.
He never did it really for Man United in Europe, which is like his only downside. But to fly kick someone, fair play. I mean, crazy.
Banned for 8 months. United lost the league that year.
That's mad.
When the seagulls follow the trawler.
And the goats and the flies. Big waffler, but he was an unbelievable footballer. He just,
French again.
He's French.
Yeah.
There has to be a study on French football players.
Just French people in general,
French people. I mean, who protests by putting them in on a building? I hear it, but like, Loki, that stinks, bro.
It does stink, bro.
They've killed like 20 of their former leaders. Yeah. Like, they're just mad people, I think.
Who you got
a centre back.
Centre back, if you can.
Yeah, I've thought of one other than John Terry, and that's Sol Campbell. Obviously, Judas himself switched from the Lily Whites over to the Reds. Was vindicated by doing that, but you just don't do that. There's a couple of clubs you don't move from one to the other. You don't move from Man United to Liverpool or Liverpool to Man United. You don't move from Arsenal to Tottenham or Tottenham to Arsenal. If you play for one of them and then play for another one of them later on in your career, cool. But you don't move from one to the other, especially when you are the best player from your team. Captain. And he goes and plays for the next team. I've also heard that he was another one who couldn't really keep it in his trousers. I
know someone who's had sex with him.
So do I.
Yeah. That's crazy. You know who you are as well. You know who you are. I don't want to say your name on there, but you know who you are.
We've got the intel, bro.
You got intel, man.
Yeah, nah. That's brazy.
Shout out Sol there, innit? Taking Sol.
Shout out Sol doing it down.
I think France. Was this thing? What was this? No, the prediction.
Who's going to win, Belgium or Portugal? I think France.
Oh, what a legend, man! Legendary centre back, underrated.
Yeah,
but,
so underrated.
Yeah, Sol Campbell. Keelan, I think you've got a right mid left.
No,
right
centre mids, I think.
Centre mid, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I had best right mid.
Yeah.
Centre mids, I'm gonna go for Roy Keane. Just because I think he actually got off very lightly with the career he's had, and I think that if he played the way he did, if he played today, I don't think he'd be allowed to play football for very long. Like that tackle he done on Haaland's dad, that's like. Honestly, if you do that to someone on the street, like you can go to prison for a good 2 years for doing that. He's just lucky it's on the football pitch, so it's just a red card instead. Yeah. And then also, with Ireland as well. It's 2002 World Cup. Ireland don't get many World Cups. They go in there with quite good hopes for what's going to happen, and then he falls out of Mick McCarthy over the state of the changing rooms, and then just goes home, brings like 2 of the players with him because he's Roy Keane, he can convince people, and then he never plays for Ireland again, and to just not play for your national team, it was just obviously a hard ego to manage. Fergie somewhat done it, but the tackles he done, like, there's not many players with more red cards. There's not many more players that have ended as many careers as him.
True. I mean, he even fell out with Fergie in the end. And even when he was Ireland assistant manager, he fell out with Jonathan Waters as well, didn't he?
He went. Jonathan Waters went to his house, bro. Apparently, Roy Keane didn't want it. Apparently, that's what Waters said in TalkSport.
Right,
Which I hear. I mean, Keane's like 50s, grey hair.
Waters didn't even play with him at all, or he never met him.
No, he did when he was Ireland assistant manager.
Oh yeah.
That's how they fell out.
Yeah. Because apparently Jonathan Waters was like, he was just bullying the squad because he was like expecting them to be as good as him. And then one day I was like, nah, I've had enough, man. I'm gonna fight this bully. And Roy Keane was like, nah, allow it. Apparently, so. I
think the worst thing about that whole 2002 World Cups scenario is Ireland actually had a good team back then. Like you had Damien Duff, you had John O'Shea, you had Roy Keane,
Kilban,
Robbie Keane, Kilban. I mean, that team now would probably qualify for tournaments.
Finnan,
Steve Finnan. You had like
back,
that was probably like the Irish golden generation. Shay Given.
Give a shout out him.
So the fact that he went home, I mean, the best player. Like the captain of Manchester United just decided he wants to fuck off mid-tournament. Didn't he call like Mick McCarthy a useless prick as well? Wasn't he?
Probably true.
Probably true.
Crazy.
Put Nile Ranger in there as well.
Nile Ranger,
Shout out True Geordie, man.
Let's get on to some players that like didn't get noted. So Messi could have been said.
Ronaldo.
Why could Messi have been said?
Tax evasion. Benjani, I saw a funny story on Benjani. Apparently, when he was at Portsmouth, when he was at Zimbabwe, he took over captaincy, and he was having an affair. And so was this other lady. She was like the Zimbabwean like chief executive FA. They're having an affair, and then afterwards, she was with this guy called Peter Ndlovu, and I don't know how to pronounce his name, unfortunately. But then that led to Benjani and Ndlovu having a fight. Benjani came out after and said, neither fight. He said, I don't fight over girlfriends. I have a lot of them and I'm married. So Benjani had the legendary celebration where he'd do that. Controversial pick. Robbie Fowler snorted cocaine, I think. And then got banned, then came back, scored a penalty, celebrated, went to the grass, snorted, and got banned again. So he's a bozo for that. Ivan Toney. DeMarcus Beasley, he weed in the pitch. Why are you doing that? Frank Ribery, Valbuena, Samir Nasri. So many French players, man.
I've got Wayne Hennessy as well as an honourable mention. Did the certain moustache man in World War II. He did this, and afterwards did the, I'm not going to do it, but did the salute. And then he claimed that he had no idea what a Nazi was. He just did it to put his hand up, apparently.
Old chestnut.
A few players have done that. Van Basten did that, apparently. That's why he's not on FIFA.
Chris Smalling showed up to a Christmas party dressed as Bin Laden.
That's so dumb. Who else? Anelka did it.
Face.
Griezmann did blackface.
Griezmann did blackface, yeah. Just
Yeah,
like
agrees,
Mr. T,
man.
didn't he, or something like that?
Yeah.
So Ali Dia committed fraud.
Oh my days, Ali Dia, bro. I mean, he only played one game, but
Probably the most legendary footballer who was never actually a footballer ever.
Dedication to the bag. Yeah.
George Ray's cousin. Who was it? Was it Graham Souness? Graham Souness will forever have to be a bozo. He can say whatever he wants about Pogba, bro. He let a ringer play for him, bro.
A few guys definitely got sacked, so
Yeah.
just signing him. Like, how they
100%.
let that
Some
happen?
recruitment guys, man. They're just like, fuck.
Nah, you know what though? Shout out Ali Dia, man.
Ali
Like,
Dia,
Yeah, shout out.
Imagine getting a play for a professional football team for like 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
maybe run through the teams.
Fine. In goal, Courtois. Right back, Carl Walker. Centre back, Saliba. Partnered with Carragher. And Ben Thatcher at left back. Garrincha and Pennant on the wings. Great midfield of Gerrard and Gascoigne. Up front, Ronaldo and Icardi. That was my team.
Bro, your team actually might be just as good as mine. I
Our
think, man.
team, you
That's
know.
a cold team.
Crazy team. Ralph, your team. 3-4-3. I've put yours as Barthez in goal. 3 centre backs. Courtois on the right. John Terry in centre. Mendy on the left. Pogba and Rooney holding it down in midfield. Greenwood and Hesse as wing backs, with Benzema and Cantona behind Adebayor up front.
Cool, that front three is pretty cold. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
it is, to be fair.
I've got Higuita in goal, just the top goalkeeper. I've got Dani Alves can bomb up and down with Sol Campbell and Yaya Toure, industrious, long-legged centre backs together, and Ashley Cole at left back.
Pause.
And then a midfield 4 of Maradona, Canio, and Barton. Some contrasting players there, and then Marlon King on the left wing. He's just there, and then El Hadji Diouf playing off Balotelli, kind of bouncing off each other, like a game of controversial tennis or
I
something.
can't imagine Joey Barton and Maradona in the same midfield.
I can.
Trying to communicate to each other. Or
Yeah.
pass. Imagine Maradona passing the ball to Joey Barton.
Joey Barton would just be going, "You want a line afterwards, lad?"
Got something for Gaddy's lad there. Yeah.
Keelan had Shenzi in goal, a back 4, very attacking fullbacks of Hulk and Bell, centre backs of Ferdinand and Materazzi, George Best and Giggs on the wings, with Roy Keane partnered with Joseph Minala in midfield, and Suarez and Tevez up front. That front two is as deadly as it gets.
Yeah, that's cold.
Yeah, that's it then. That's controversial players draft. If you've liked this episode, please give us a thumbs up, give us a follow, get us to 10k please, because we've literally been at 9.5k for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Longer than the podcast has been.
Shout out Debbie, man.
Yeah. Shout out Debbie. Shout out Debbie.
Shout out Debbie, man.
Also, if you've been offended by anything in this podcast, please don't. It's just entertainment. We're not trying to make light of anything.
Or just get a life.
Yeah, there's that as well. But we're not here to offend anyone. We are simply trying to make some funny content for people's entertainment. So don't be offended.
Yeah, we're just having a bit of fun. We're just having chats that you guys have at home.
Yeah.
So yeah.